Hey, welcome to this video. If you arrived here, you're probably searching for a view of ACX, so I'll go over how it works and give you my 2 cents, whether I think it's a good use of your time. I'm always coming up with videos like this, so consider subscribing. And if you like my free training, the number one simplest, fastest way to earn a full-time income from home, working part-time hours, all you have to do is click the link below. You'll see my email opt-in page. Enter your best email. I could send you my free training if you want. ACX, let's dive in. So how is it I'm going to be focusing on narrators in this video. Now, what this is basically, it's a platform that brings together authors, publishers, and narrators so that they can create audiobooks, which will then sell on Audible primarily. Now, Audible, if you don't know, is a company that's owned by Amazon. They special in audiobooks because a lot of people like, instead of reading books, listening to them while they're in the car, washing dishes, doing other things. Now, ACX is also so I should also mention ACX has been around since 2011. Did I mention they're owned by Amazon? I'm not sure if I did, but ACX has been around since 2011. They paid out hundreds of millions of dollars to their narrators and authors, so it's definitely a legit platform. Now, the two main questions people generally have when they arrive here is how could you earn and how much would you earn? So as far as how you could earn, all the information is basically, how it works, and then narrator. If you want to go to that page, you'll come here. But I'll just kind of give the highlights. So there's two ways to earn, two types of contracts. The first contract is per finished hour rate, and the second one is share royalties. So per finished hour rate is where the author will pay you a fixed amount for however long the audio lasts. So let's say $200 per hour. Now, keep in mind, each hour will take you, on average, about 8 hours of actual work, each finished hour, audio hour, because you need to, read the book, understand the characters, make sure your equipment is set up, communicate back and forth with the author, maybe, ask some questions, clarify things. You have to record the audio and then re-record and re-record and re-record until you get it just right. Maybe do some editing, package it and deliver it to the author. Maybe they come back and you have to make some revisions. So it can be time consuming, but that's not bad. In this case, you would have earned 200 divided by 8, so $25 an hour. Not bad, some gigs will pay more, up to $1,000 per finished hour. This was just an example I was giving you. So that's finished hour rate. The second type of contract is share royalties. So with share royalty, you earn 50% on total sales, and this will last for 7 years. So 500 book sales, let's say $10 a piece it sells at. That's 5,000. Let's see how my math is working. $5,000 total revenue times times 0.5. So you would have earned $2,500. But there's also a lot of risk involved with share royalties because if the book gets published and makes 0 sales, you'd earn $0. 0 times anything, 0. And that does tend to happen. There's always people like Stephen King who are massively successful, but for every Stephen King, there's, thousands of authors who don't sell any books or nothing significant. So just keep that in mind. So there's always that risk. So if you're going to go with the share, I'm having trouble pronouncing this, the royalty share contract, make sure you do your due diligence, really research the author, research the niche, research similar books and see how they're doing. Calculate how much time you'd be investing as well, because if you spend, let's say, 10 hours times 8, that's 80 hours on a book. I think that's pretty reasonable, and it doesn't sell very well or sell at all, then you just wasted 80 hours of work when you could have been working on another project. So But if you are, that's how it works in a nutshell. Those are the two ways you get paid. Now, the sign-up process is pretty straightforward. I won't really go into that. They accept almost anyone, as long as you're in the US, Canada, UK, or Ireland. And which is good and bad. It's good in that it's easy to get accepted. It's bad in that lots of competition, right? Because lots of narrators on here want to find work. think there's over 1 million narrators. Yeah. So now how you get paid, whether that's by check or PayPal or bank transfer, that's between you and the author because they're the ones paying you. So not ACX. ACX is just a middleman. But most authors on here are pretty good because they know if they try anything dodgy, Amazon probably won't let them sell on their platform. So they're not going to try and, you'll get your money. So don't have to worry about that. Very, very likely at least. So I can never guarantee these things. ACX also, they have some pretty good resources like their, for narrators, like their ACX audio lab to make sure your sound meets the minimum quality threshold. They have a submission guideline. They have an audio terminology glossary, and as well as some video lessons. Video training is always usually the best, but depending on how you learn. But as a professional narrator, because you would be a professional, it's your responsibility to make sure you have a good sounding microphone. You have a headset so you can listen to yourself. You have a shock mount. You should also have a soundproof room. Just basic stuff. The only issue with this site, I would say, for narrators is you're not guaranteed work on here. And in fact, it's likely you could go, weeks or months without any work. And even if you do find work, the average ACX narrator only earns $15 an hour, which is, it's not terrible because you get to work from the comfort of your own home, but it's not great either. And there is some skill required. You have to have a decent sounding voice, understand the tech stuff, have the right equipment. So not everyone has these skills. Now, a couple other websites you can check out if you want to do some freelance work, but maybe you don't necessarily want to be a narrator, or you want to narrate on some other websites. Fiverr is a good one. Fiverr. You could find all sorts of freelance gigs on here. You could do copywriting, editing, proofreading, logo design, video editing. You can build sales funnels. You could do search engine optimization. You can, digital marketing, all sorts of, IT, customer service, sales, all sorts of gigs you could offer people. It could be something very simple, like very simple logo design, for example. Upwork is another one, although it's more higher end, I would say. So you need to be more skilled generally, but you could also charge more. And but maybe you're here and you don't have any skills. You're just looking for a way to get your feet wet with earning money from home. Another website you can check out is Survey Police. This will give you all the best survey websites in your country. And survey sites, how they work is you would, sign up, fill out a profile, answer some pre-qualifying questions whenever you get invited to a survey. And each survey takes roughly, including the pre-qualifying questions, takes between 15 and 45 minutes to complete and pays between 50 cents and $2. So it is real money, but it's a good way for just ordinary everyday people to get their feet wet who don't necessarily have a skill. But you're not going to be able to, quit your job or retire on this income by any stretch. Now, GPT websites I wouldn't bother with. Those are websites where you complete small tasks like downloading offers, playing games. Those pay more like 10, 15, 20 cents an hour. So even less than surveys. But you could check out Survey Police if you want. Now let's go talk more about freelancing. So the thing with freelancing, it is nice. It is a step up from, working a normal job, but it's still kind of like a job at the end of the day. You're still trading time for money. You're still having that ongoing pressure of having to land clients and deliver projects. And as soon as you stop working, you stop getting paid. For me, that's kind of a problem. And your income is always going to be capped. There's an invisible ceiling on your income. You can only earn as much as however many hours you have in the day, if that makes sense. So if you can only work 8 hours a day, you're only going to earn 8 hours worth of your labor, 15 times 8, whatever that is, right? So it's not a way to really get rich or become financially independent. Now, an even better way to earn, and also you're not guaranteed any work. Now, a better way to earn, and what's been working for me and countless other students, is an online business. Selling other people's digital products. These are digital products I didn't have to create myself. I just find them on different networks. I grab them, and they can be in any niche. It could be weight loss, dog training, gardening, make money from home, investing. And the great thing about this business model is, well, you don't have to create really anything yourself. A lot of the heavy lifting is done for you. The startup costs are very low. The profit margins are incredibly high, between 40 and 70%. You could be a solopreneur, just one person on your laptop, making sales in the background 365 days a year on autopilot. That's another thing, is there's so much leverage in this, meaning you don't have to be there all the time. Unlike with freelancing, you do have to be glued to your laptop constantly. So that's it. So I hope you enjoyed this review of ACX. I hope to see you on the other side of that link if you want to check out my free training. And I hope you have a great day. Bye.